setting boundaries. Do not, I repeat, do not waste time, energy, blood, sweat, and tears being upset with a friend or family member who is irritating you or getting on your nerves if you have not set boundaries with them. How do we go about setting boundaries with our friends or our family? We have to have a conversation, and the conversation go a little bit like this. Check it out. This is where my life is at this point, and this is the goal that I want to achieve. In order for me to achieve this goal, this is what I need from you. And once that conversation is had and the other party can understand it and comprehend it, now we have an agreement. But the agreement does not stop there. If we have a verbal agreement, then my behavior has to line up with that verbal agreement consistently in order for that individual to adapt their behavior to the new expectation. I repeat, in order for the individual in our lives, the people, to adapt to a changed behavior, then my behavior has to change. And that's one of the mistakes that we make, because we will have that conversation with those individuals or that one person, but the acid test of setting boundaries for us is going to be a result of our behavior changing and remaining consistent. But it is a difficult feat if I don't know who I am and I'm not evolving, and I don't understand who I'm becoming. If I don't understand my purpose and my short-term and long-term goals flowing from the realization of my purpose, I will not be able to stand firm on those expectations, because my identity that I'm in doesn't line up where I'm going. And when people sense that, our friends and family will keep us in a box because it's safe. Cage, I knew you since you was 10. Cage, I knew you when you used to run the streets. But now I'm a whole new person. I've matured chronologically and I've matured in perception. But what does occur is, because people have seen us in one light, they basically put us in prison, which is also putting them in prison. And when I give you that verbal expectation or that boundary, and even though my behavior is lining up, at times they will resist. But I kid you not, if we demonstrate changed behavior, that individual in most cases will adapt to that change, because how we interact, we don't even interact the same way anymore. Well, I've set a boundary with you and I'm consistent with that boundary in terms of my behavior. If I have to remind you, I will remind you in a conversation verbally, but also my nonverbal, my body language, my actions on a consistent basis will help us and help you understand that this is my boundary and I'm setting this boundary firm in concrete for the time being. So stop putting individuals in control of your life. If I'm not ready to have a conversation and have my behavior be consistent, then I'm not ready to set that boundaries. Too many times we allow people space in our lives to irritate us and disturb our peace. And we have the audacity to finger point and blame them. But there has to first be a changed behavior and action and thought on our behalf. And when our thoughts change and we see ourselves in a different light, our behavior will change. And what I fed into before concerning you, I'm not feeding into that again, because I'm protecting my space. I'm holding space. And when I hold space and my thoughts and behavior has changed and they in alignment with one another, that's the boundary that I've set for the benefit of me primarily, but not selfishly. But I need to be in a safe space, in a space of peace, in order for our relationship collectively to remain healthy.